Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong with this week's episode of Tuesday Tips. If you're liking the content, please like, subscribe, and share. Um, I'm moving this a little fast today because I have a few other things to do. I'm for sure some of you have already seen the uh, post about continuing education, something that we have to go through. A lot of fields, professions have to go through that, and it's just something that we have to do. Along with seeing clients today, um, something that came to my mind was this is the last week of 2020. Well, the last week of the first month of 2022. And we need to ask ourselves, where are we living? How are we living? Where are we living? Not in a physical place, but more or less of an emotional place. Where are we? If we take into effect or into account how we're living, where we're living, and what stage our mental capacity is in, are we living in the past, the present, or the future? Okay? And what does each of those categories in our life hold? The past, does it hold the guilt, the shame, the feelings of sadness and depression, dwelling on what happened, replaying events or conversation, over analyzing? Or does our past hold wonderful memories that propel us to do more and motivates us to do more so that we can create more good memories? How are you categorizing your past, present, and future? If you're looking at your future, are you looking at your future with the fear of unknown or worrying about what could happen, feelings of anxiousness and of what's to come, uh, overthinking what if scenarios, as well as thinking the worst case scenarios, over catastrophizing? All right, or you know, are you looking forward to your future with a clear minded outcast of, I'm going into this new year, my future is looking bright? And if your future isn't looking so bright, there's something that you need to do. You need to take a moment and look at your present state and change that. Okay? If you're in the present state, in the now, okay, do you have clarity? Are you accepting of where you are? Do you have a joy of being where you are? Do you have understanding of where you are? Do you have inner peace on the inside of you? And are you grateful? Do you have a sense of gratitude? These things we need to look at in our present state of being. And while looking at them in our present state of being, do what the good book says to do, the Holy Bible. Examine yourself, take inventory on yourself. Examine yourself on every level, emotionally, spiritually, consciously, financially, relationship wise, in every aspect of your life. What I can tell you to do is to do this. Sit down one day, and this takes discipline, people. Sit down one day and write out short-term goals that you can accomplish in 60, 30, 60, 90 days, and see if you can get them done. But not just see if you can get them done. Work towards doing it. One of the worst things that a person can have in a present moment that they carry over from their past and take into their future is anger. Anger. You're angry at the past. You're angry at your present state. You're looking into the future to be angry. Anger is a secondary emotion. It is not the first emotion that a person should be feeling. If anger is where you're at, if there's something in your life just always making you angry, maybe you need to do some inventory on yourself. Do some inventory on yourself. Take a look at you. Am I the cause? Am I always blaming someone else? Am I always on the offensive? Am I always on the defensive? Am I always the one finding the fault? Am I always the one complaining about something? Am I always the one whose conversation is laced with clear conceptual complaining? Do I find that every little thing irritates me? It's time, people. We got to look at ourselves. We have to look at ourselves before we can look at others. Understand this. The old saying is still true. When you're pointing a finger at you, at somebody else, there are three pointing back at you and one pointing to nowhere. A lot of times it's those little things about yourself. If you can't learn yourself or not willing to accept the change of yourself or accept how you are in the present, there's no way that you can improve for the future, because there are things that you are carried over from your past. Now, if you worked on those things, and it doesn't always take, I know this is going to sound kind of paradoxical, it doesn't always take going to a therapist to work on things yourself, because you know right from wrong. You know how to behave. You know if you're always the type of person that's just always the fault finder. You know these things have carried over from the past to the present, and they're probably going to carry over to the future. Why not change them now while you have the opportunity to do so? The Apostle Paul said, lay aside every weight and the sin that doeth so easily beset you. Aren't you tired of something, any circumstance, person, always besetting you? Let go of the weight. Nobody can make you do anything. Understand this. People who are always pushing for you to be angry are looking for a reaction out of you, not a response. A reaction. Learn how to give a response and not always react, because reacting is nuclear. Reacting is explosive. There's always that intermittent explosiveness that any little thing can tick you off. Where are you? Where are you? Are you in a moment of peace? Are you at a place of peace? If not, you need to seek to find that. You need to seek to achieve that goal. Sit down and write out the goals for 30, 60, 90 days. Understand, change and positive change does not happen overnight, because you didn't become a negative person overnight. You became a negative person over time. Those negative thoughts, those negative feelings, those negative energies came about through time, through the past. Don't take it into the future. All right. Look, thank you, folks. I hope that you all enjoyed Tuesday Tips today. I know I was moving a little fast, but again, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to everyone who shares this in all of the certain areas of the psychology world. I appreciate it. Thank you all so very much, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you. God bless.